Hey guys, welcome back. As you may have heard in a couple of my previous videos, my 19-year-old son has decided to try aggressive inline skating. Never being one to turn down a challenge, I decided I would learn with him. Looked like a lot of fun, a good workout, and a great way to spend some time with him. Now, I'd skated a little in the 90s when the rollerblade craze first hit, but nothing serious at all. So basically for me, this was like starting from scratch. And the short time we've skated so far, I've learned quite a few things about the difference between a 19-year-old and a 62-year-old body. And after a few short clips of our early progress, I'll let you know what I've discovered. Hit that. Oh, I should. I gotta keep my hand off the ground. You were over. There you go. Nice. Yeah. I was so busy watching you, I hardly got the rest of the footage. Yep. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed those clips as much as I enjoyed making them. So the first thing, and probably the most important thing I've discovered is, man, my mobility is terrible. Compared to my son, I look like C-3PO from Star Wars, and that lack of mobility just makes it hard to twist around and avoid falls, so I fall more. And secondly, my reflexes, both mentally and physically, are just way slower than his. When things happen that require quick reflexes, I'm like still in the processing stage while he's already recovered. And guess what this leads to? Yep, more falls. Number 3, I have no quickness. So even if my mental reflexes were fast enough, my body just can't keep up. And no matter what happens, I can't react and move quick enough to stop myself from falling. So guess what? More falls. And number 4, my balance is not anywhere near as good as I thought it was. I've always considered myself having really good balance. And I don't know, maybe for a 62-year-old, the balance is good, but not compared to my 19-year-old. It just comes up way short. And I don't struggle with this quite as bad as I do the mobility and the quickness. But when I'm skating backwards, it's apparent that my ability to balance myself going backwards is just far short of his. And number 5, because of all those previous shortcomings, my fear of falling is just much greater than his. When I was a young kid skateboarding every day, the fear of falling was not even there. I mean, it didn't affect my skating at all. And now with a lifetime of accumulated injuries, that fear drives a lot of my actions and makes a noticeable difference in my progress. I have to say that really irritates me, but that's just something that's happening as I get older, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. But it's not all bad news. There are a few things that are good. One, system is probably better than it used to be when I was 19, and that's my pain perception. Falling hurts just as much, probably more than it did when I was 19, and since I'm falling down more often, that system gets a lot of work these days. And secondly, my mental drive to get better and try to progress is just as good as it ever was. Yeah, I do let the fear of falling have a bigger input than I would have had at 19, I think, but overall, I still feel a drive to try new things and progress. It's just a little slower progression than I would like, but I am still making progress for sure. We're just a little over a month in, and I feel like I've made a ton of progress from when I first started, so I've been happy with that, and my mental state is still very positive, so been happy with that. Lastly, I feel like I get just as much satisfaction watching my son progress as I do feeling myself progress. So he's probably progressing, no lie, 10 times faster than I am. And I just really enjoy seeing him excited, seeing his progress, and I enjoy spending the one-on-one time with him. So overall, that's worth all the pain that I felt so far. And I think as long as he continues to stay into it, I'm going to stay into it with him, and hopefully I'm going to progress. So overall, it's been great. I look forward to continuing to progress. I can only afford right now a budget pair of skates, so hopefully I'll earn my way into a better pair of skates as I improve. But right now, I don't think the skates have any bearing on my learning. It's all the factors: my mobility, my quickness, my reflexes. Those are way, way more influential in my slow progress than my skates are. Like I said, maybe I'll get a pair of better skates as I get better and they'll help me, but for now, they're fine. One thing I have done is change my daily workouts to try and mitigate some of these issues, and for me it's a pretty radical change, so I will have a video coming out about that in the future, and hopefully it'll help you guys as well. I want to encourage you guys to get out and try something new, challenge yourself. Inline skating may be a bit too much for you, but there are plenty of ways you can step up your game, get more active, and in the end, you'll be very glad you did. So get out there and let it rip. And if you guys, any of you skate and you have any tips for an old guy to improve, man, I'd love to hear them. So drop me a comment. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.